Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how to follow the checklist to create listing docs in Zipforms. So, in the past video we did organize files and filters, and now we're on Create Zipforms. In this checklist, the first thing we need to do is go to the Zipforms website. Access now. And continue to Zipforms. Skip. Okay, now that we're in Zipforms, we're going to be creating a new listing. The first thing we do is go to New and click New Listing. Okay, in this page there are some things we need to fill out. So let's go back to checklist and see what needs to be done. So we can check off that we went to Zipforms. Now we have created a new listing and we need to fill in the property address. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use a real address. And the reason for that is that you have to actually click the address that your listing pertains to so that the template automatically fills in. Property type, residential. Status, active. Let's go back to the checklist and see how to enter in the rest of the list. Okay, so we have made sure the property type was residential, we've made sure the status is active, and we need to select the template 2019 listing agreement. Let's do that now. Select 2019 listing agreement template and save. Okay, now that we've done that, we'll go back to our checklist and complete the task. Now we'll go to Documents and fill out the cover sheet with the seller's name and information and the assessor's parcel number from the CSR data. So, Documents, Cover Sheet. Once we're in our transaction cover sheet, we'll scroll down to Seller Landlord 1 information. As you can see, there's quite a bit of information that we can add here. So we're going to open up Contactually and our CSR data in order to have all the pertinent information we need. One of the nice things about checklists is that when I perform the comps, I'll have already uploaded our CSR data into the checklist. So that's easy for us to find. This will have all of the information we need, like the owner's name and the APN number. Additionally, we can see who actually owns the property, and that way we can match it with our contact information just to make sure that we're speaking to the right person. So we'll also open up Contactually and we'll go to 123 Main Street. Now, for the purpose of this video, the CSR data will have a different name than potential client, but that's because we need a real address in order to get some of the information for Zipforms. Now we'll go back to Zipforms. Okay, so we need our seller's name and street address. So, put and our street address. We're going to use 1289 Forest Avenue just so that I can show you how it populates properly in the form. We can click 1289 Forest Avenue, Carlsbad, California, and it auto-populates everything. And everything that is populated here will populate through all of the paperwork in this listing. Next, we need to add the home phone number and email address. So we're going to go back to contextually. First, we'll get our phone number. And add it in. And then we'll get our email address. And add that in as well. The last thing we need to do is scroll down to the second page and add the assessor's parcel number in. This we'll need our CSR data for. Your APN is your assessor's parcel number. And paste. Great, now we have all the pertinent information that we need for this contract. Save and back out. The final thing we need to do is in the residential listing agreement. We'll scroll down to the actual listing agreement. Here. Now, as you can see, the name potential client, which we wrote in the cover sheet, is already here. But due to legal reasons, we have to add one more name. And to do that, we'll need the assessor's parcel number. Okay, so we'll bring up our CSR data again. And we go to current owner name. This is the actual name that is written on the deed of the property, and this is the name that we need. And we'll add that to our residential listing contract. Okay, now let's go back to our checklist and see what else needs to be done. Okay, we filled out our cover sheet and added the parcel number, so that is complete. And on the residential listing agreement, we've added the current owner's name from the CSR data, so now that is complete. Now we save the listing contract and then print to PDF and save the listing contract in potential client file under the listing docs. So first we save, and then we print. Go to Print Multiple Forms. Select All. Next. And print. So now we're going to print or save to PDF rather than actually print it currently. And we will click Save and save it into the Google Drive. So we click Google Drive, ETH Squad, Potential Clients, Potential Listings, and 123 Main Street. We'll go into listing, and then we'll go to listing docs and save here. Okay, now that that's complete, we'll go back to our checklist. So we have saved our listing contract, and we've printed to PDF to save the listing contract in the potential clients folder under listing docs. The last thing we need to do is notify the listing coordinator. We'll go down here to send email. And we'll change 123 Main Street to whatever listing we're using currently, and then we'll click send. The final thing we need to do before we complete our task is upload the file here into checklists. That way anyone who wants it can find it. Because we recently saved it in listing docs, usually it just pops up. Open. And now we can complete our task. Our listing coordinator will then be notified to start his tasks, and once him and the agent have completed their tasks, you will be notified to complete your next task. But that, for now, is the end of this video.